We have all been told to reuse, reduce, and recycle, but one Brown County weaver takes that environmentally friendly adage to a higher level. Jessica Gall has the story.
When Chris Gustin started weaving during college, she didn't have much money. So, out of necessity, she recycled. Gustin used thrift store clothes as her raw materials, since old clothes were much cheaper than buying new cloth. That necessity from her early days as a weaver has turned into a calling to give new life to old stuff.
I'd like to say it started with the Spokane World's Fair, which was 1974. We were newly married and paying off his school loans, and I saw a quilt that said, and it was patchwork, that said reuse, reduce, recycle. And I kind of took it to heart. So I started looking for things that I could weave that would also serve in recycling. Thrift shop clothes and blue jeans and corduroy pants, bedspreads, sheets, any of the things that have really passed their prime as consumer items, but were perfectly good for turning into rag rugs.
Gustin buys scraps of upholstery and leftover cloth from mills. She then sorts, cuts, and resews those scraps into strips. In her studio, she has 20 looms ready to give new life to these once discarded fibers. She makes rugs, bags, scarves and shawls, even coasters, which she calls mug rugs.
I really love being able to take something that is waste in the industry or to consumers and turn it into something that is coveted by the same people that were going to throw it out. Since I have had a large assortment of materials to work with for rugs, I really find that I can push the envelope and make rugs that people never expected to see something like.
If you visit her Brown County studio, you'll see the final part of the production process. Gustin weaves on her porch all year long, even during the cold of winter.
What's that material you're weaving with?
This is corduroy from pants.
Oh, okay.
When they turn up at the thrift shop and people aren't saying they're the wrong color for the season or something.
And then you cut them in about, what, an inch strip?
Just about an inch, yep. And then sew them back together.
Socks, jeans, ties, even misprinted labels become functional pieces of art in Gustin's hands. One of her most unique creations was inspired years ago by trash she saw in trees while driving her 2 children to summer camp in southern Illinois.
Through 2 kids and about 10 years at camp, I would see the same bags year after year. And it just kind of irritated me. So I wanted to see if I could make something out of the bags that would encourage people not to toss them out.
Each day, Gustin makes 3 or 4 rugs, or a few pieces of clothing. When she's not weaving, with Cat Pike by her side, Gustin enjoys teaching the craft to others.
I love to see people respond to making something that they've done with their own hands and that they can take home and that they can show people. I made this. I didn't know anything about weaving, but I made this.
Gustin plans to weave for another 2 decades, which would put her in her 80s. Her work has been recognized by art organizations around the state. It is even for sale in the Indianapolis airport.
The Indiana Artisan program that I've recently been juried into has made me see my products in a different light. I guess I never really thought that they were that good until I got in the program, and now I'm looking at them and thinking, well, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'm on the right track here.
For 35 years, Gustin has crafted fine woven goods out of recycled materials. Her art serves more than aesthetics. It also serves the planet. For the Weekly Special, I'm Jessica Gall.
And very comfortable for a cat, too. And besides being an expert weaver and recycler, Gustin is also a journalist, editor, and website designer for other local artists.
To learn more about Gustin's work, you can visit her website at homesteadweaver.com.